Welcome. Welcome back and welcome home. Welcome home, Super Rock Starseeds. We're going to do a quick channeling with Kurt Cobain, and my name is Melissa, and I will be your multidimensional cosmic tour guide today. So, Kurt Cobain is here in that bandwidth frequency that really shows us a big aspect of humanity that has been suppressed, addicted, in codependence, angst, grunge. It makes me laugh a little bit. And he's saying, yeah. And he says, I am of the Blu-ray, and I am really just helping activate in your codexes that will help hold that Blu-ray in all of you and activate those DNA strands that bring that Christed energy, that physical and heaven together, which I call the marriage of Christ. So he's saying those frequencies that the Blu-ray can activate today will be done as we are being able to release some of the suppressed and even damaged connections that are meant to be in humanity. So he's saying it's really big. All the things done in the dark are being physically seen, and people are being seen for their true colors. So there'll be a reversal of states of mind and being. And he says we're breaking through the mind controls. We're breaking through the bondages and the bindings of the false light. And he's saying that's in many layers, of what I would call templates. He's saying layers and consciousnesses and civilization pieces. And he's saying many of you starseeds came here to help rescue some of the fragmented people and circumstances that are within the earth. And he's saying that has been huge success. And I know you're exhausted. Please know that it has helped so much. So he's saying thank you for continuing to be yourself and to really follow your calling and not let anyone else try to define you. He says that's the key to being a rock starseed, is never let anyone else define you, and know that you are beautiful and loved. I'm just saying, he says, I've got you. And he wants you to know that even though many of the starseeds have just sadness and grief, he's saying something that can help will be forgiveness. He hates to say that in a way, because it's such a, it's such a term that's been overused. Oh, just forgive. And he says, I'm not trying to say it that way. I'm saying that forgiveness of yourself, of others, of the circumstances of this extremely long delayed awakening time period would really be helpful as that gratitude sinks in. Your freedom is imminent. And he says, I've got your back. I want you to know that your soul songs are all lining up, and you can hold your hearts. You can hold your hearts in great light. And he says, go back to basics and remember that the expression of who you are will continue to evolve as well. Follow your callings, marry your true love, Super Rock Starseed. Marry your true love, Super Rock Starseed. And he's saying it'll be all okay. Everything's all right. It's making me laugh. I'm going to pull a card. He's just showing me masses of shadow that's coming out of like so many layers that it would be impossible to explain with words. But he's saying massive amounts of the shadow work that's been done will be seen in the physical. And that means you can fill up those spaces, fill up those conditions and states of being with love, happiness, fun, tone, frequency of state of being that you want, healthiness, wholeness, radiance, vibrance, abundance, And he's saying you'll see it in the physical. You'll see it in the physical. He's saying that the Pleiadians, he also works with the Pleiadians, sometimes in the Syrian. He would be part of our royal Sirius B line. And he says, blue ray, I'm blue, predominantly, which was really tainted. And he's saying we're in that timeline that is really coming back into clean purification, order, Christed energy. And he says, so things are being repaired. And so all the starseeds that have been affected, just know you're lighting up this world with that activation energy, those codes that you're bringing in and holding. And he says, I would like to see each and every one of you be happy. Some of the signs you might expect to see are stars. So the inverted star, of course, is gross and scary. And the star is actually a symbol of humanity, earth, air, fire, water, and ether all together, and that connection is going to be stronger. He says, just get ready to learn again, relearn your healing, relearn your authority and sovereignty, relearn your ability to cleanse, clear, and heal quickly. And he says, it is biblical times in some ways, and he says, it's kind of fun watching humanity run around. So the card I'm receiving first is Starseed, Star Family. You will remember who you are, and you will remember your tones and frequency, your tones, colors, frequencies, sound, textures. And he says who you are matters, you belong, and your star families can hear you. Star families have to do with many layers and aspects as well of the ether and higher dimensions, like higher selves. And he says it doesn't have to be exactly like you think, like just aliens running around. It can be a little bit different. It's energetic, it's frequency. So as you're tuning up, why don't you ask your star family for a little bit of help? The celestial beings. And you can ask him pure, divine, Christed energy, and you can make him prove it. You'll be seeing some things in the sky, he says, as things are shifting, and also a little bit of earth movement. Everything's going to be safe. Like, he's saying with the pole shifts, we're expecting to just, blitz out things just to go super crazy. And he's saying it's going to be crazy, all right, but it's not exactly... It's not as bad as we think. Some of those timelines have been stopped, erased, as we are going back through to the beginning of time and back over and over in different layers as we do our shadow work, clearing out some of the chunks and pieces of who we have been in shadow and stuck in the darkness. And he's saying it's phenomenal. Really good job. Saying something about Kurt Vonnegut, who is an author, and I don't know what he's saying about it. I think he's saying the wisdom and the way people speak or express. So some people would express totally differently and more polished, refined, uptight than I would, me, Melissa. Some people would be a little bit more collegiate and fancy than Kurt Cobain. Some people will have different languages, and he says all of your voices are starting to be tuned into the light in your language, if you have chosen the light. And he says, watch, you'll see. Remagnetize. So he's showing me it's almost like magnetic energy in each of us, our mind, body, spirit, soul forms, which is huge. So hard to explain because it's so much more than our human minds can understand, as well as words. So he says there are many magnetic energies that pull in, like portals, gateways, things like that in our energy systems. And he says, remagnetize them as you keep shutting down the ones that have the dark interferences, meddlers, sneaky underbelly people or energies. And he says, remagnetize, like hold that energy with happiness, love. So remagnetize that to bring in receiving love, fun, happiness, joy, laughter, richness. And remember, you can't take from another, and you need to stay in your own lane. Forgiveness and gratitude will help. So the other card that I am seeing is, of course, Quantum Heart. He says, hold that heart of the universe, cosmic heart within each and every one of you. It's being activated more and more. And he says, many signs. He says, many signs. You'll see many signs. It's an uncomfortable subject to think that most people will be talking to extraterrestrials or higher dimensions. And he says, but you are built for this. This is who you are. As you are connected, you don't have to talk to aliens. You don't have to talk to dead people. You don't have to talk to angels. And it doesn't even have to be in your belief system. Those pieces will be stretched out and aligned so that your truth, your truth will be just right for you. But he says our connections with God, Source, Creator, New Earth, God, Source, Creator, clean, clear. And he's saying yes, and I am bringing in the blue, like indigo blue, and purples, he says, but blue energy. And he says bandwidth, ray. So he's saying those connections are going to be more clear. And if you would like to have knowing, understanding, it'll come in new ways. So watch for the signs. And even if it seems ridiculous, or see the universe is talking to you, the universe loves you so much. And there's God within your every breath, and your every word, and your every thought. And you are all being protected more than you know. Surrender to your truth. Marry your super rock starseed. And that could be inside, or that could be meeting someone in the physical. And just know that anything of the past, those hundreds of thousands of years where you were not with your twin flame, or you were not with your true soulmates of true love soulmates, or even soul families were so imbalanced. He's saying those things will be seen in the physical a lot more now. That template, that plate is coded back into that Christed energy just for you, just for your taking and receiving, finally receiving love. All the love you've given has not been wasted, and has not been in vain. He says, watch, you'll see. Freedom bells. He said, listen for the bells and watch the water, the molecular structure of the water, because the frequencies that we're holding is going to become cleaner. And that means inside of us and in our world. He said, everything's going to be okay. I will see you soon. Watch the signs. Watch for the signs. I saw rainbows yesterday. And he's saying rainbows could be that because it is the, rainbow bridge, meaning science and spirit coming together, bringing heaven on earth. Not the New World Order. We'll have none of that. He's saying, but the new earth. So, welcome home. Eat well. It's okay if you do not eat perfectly, he says. And of course it helps if you eat more cleanly, Don't be mean to yourself. Forgive you. Forgive the world. Forgive humanity for being disgusting. Being sickly. I'm going to pull one more card. Rooted light. He's saying there are multi-dimensional meanings to that. And the one perception he's bringing us today is the rooted light, which could be our root chakras are being cleared extra because that's been clogged in many layers. However, the rooted light in the Earth soul star and our soul stars, the connection is going to be connected cleanly, and the frequencies will be the right pitch tones. Sing. He says sing. Freedom is imminent. Bells, listen for the bells. And go outside and touch the earth. Speak to the sky. And live like it doesn't even matter if anyone's watching. You are loved, and I thank you all. And he's stepping back and saying farewell for today. And I thank you all, and I thank you for the likes, shares, and subscribes. Send out much love and lots of freedom, and I hope everyone's doing really well. See you soon.